Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome back. We're going to be reading the next chapter in this book, which I think is chapter 6. Yes. And in this chapter in Kundalini Energy Awakening, written by Melissa Gomes, we're going to be talking about fixing your awakened state. We're going to be going into some subjects here that have to do with the risks and possibilities of a Kundalini awakening, Kundalini disorders, when it's an ego versus awakening issue. We're going to be diving deeper into a lot of those subjects here on out into the book. And as I said in my previous video, I did share that I used a very specific meditation, a guided meditation, when I actually had my Kundalini rising or Kundalini awakening. And I would highly recommend this for you when you are ready. The name of the channel is Lights of Venus, and it's a Kundalini awakening guided exercise with binaural beats. So I would say with any of these types of meditation, using headphones is always the best. This meditation was almost an hour long, maybe slightly over. So you do want to be able to be in the mind frame to set aside time to do that, a quiet space by yourself. And what it does is basically starts out by connecting and clearing your chakras, and then you go on to actually connecting and into the second part, which is more has to do with the actual Kundalini. So I would never ever recommend doing this video if you've not spent time cleansing, clearing, and aligning your chakras, getting to know them, doing some Kundalini yoga, because that does help to awaken and align the chakras, and you get a better understanding of what that sensation feels like when you are experiencing the energy from one of your chakras. So this I would only recommend if you feel you are ready. There are no wrong and right. If you are not ready, it could take months, it could take weeks, it could take days. It really just depends on the person. There's no right or wrongs. The only wrong of it would be forcing it, skipping, thinking that you can skip steps and go ahead to something like this without taking out the time to do all of the other things that are appropriate for your energy and your body and your soul. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Chapter 6 is titled Fixing Your Awakened State. This chapter will assist you if your Kundalini awakening is not progressing as expected. We will investigate 3 different themes that could affect your process and potential dangers and risks that could interfere. As one ascends through the chakras, various types and intensities of energies are released and facilitated. These are normally experienced as blissful feelings or states of consciousness which energize our physical body and being. However, as you pass through a particular chakra, it may activate new dimensions or ranges of consciousness within yourself that produce new states of experience. These new states of subconsciousness exist within and are independent of the chakra energy they are created in. Therefore, a chakra may be activated at a very high level during Kundalini awakening, yet produce much lower states of consciousness depending on how high or low an individual's consciousness is. Many things could be holding you back on your journey, but this section will help you realize what can help. A lack of proper grounding could be a major factor holding you back and obstructing your Kundalini awakening process. As explained earlier, this process requires intense energetic activation and circulation throughout the body. Therefore, going outside and connecting with some physical foundation is necessary before attempting to ascend Kundalini energy. This is why meditation is so important. However, many were not grounded when they began their Kundalini awakening process. Consciousness must be present to have a conscious experience of anything. Many people have no conscious awareness of their Kundalini moving through them, yet they are nevertheless experiencing some type of energy movement. Unfortunately, many of our emotions and mental energies can interfere with the processes of the Kundalini. Emotions such as anger or fear can interfere with your emotional energy field and negatively affect it. On the other hand, the higher emotional energy centers, like the heart and the throat, can be positively affected by love or wisdom energies and positively reflect these energies back onto receptive ones. Many people can't handle such intense energies being activated within them or their energy field. Consider that a normal fire can generate intense heat. The same can be said for light or electricity. People are usually aware of the heat fire generates, but if they look closely, they can detect the live current of electricity flowing within. The flow of electricity is stronger and much more intense than the heat generated. Sometimes our bodies aren't quite ready for Kundalini awakening, and that is fine. You will reach a point in your healing where you can handle Kundalini awakening on top of everything else, which is also fine. Energies that resonate within and stimulate our chakras to affect our physical bodies, even when we're unaware they're doing so. For example, if you listen to certain music, you may notice your body responding in ways you did not expect. If you feel angry while listening to one style, you may feel the need to destroy something or harm your body in some way. Whereas if you listen to another style, you may feel more calm, relaxed, peaceful, or uplifted. The Kundalini awakening process may be much faster and even too intense for people who have blocked chakra, for people who even have unblocked chakras. To slow things down, try to meditate every other day. If that doesn't help, try meditating only once or every other week. Try to complement your meditation with a few prayer sessions per week. If possible, give yourself a rest period at the end of each chakra sequence. Then begin the next sequence 3 to 6 months later. As you progress through the chakras, you experience various states of mind. Some may find this difficult to believe, but your diet may impede your awakening. Begin by eating fewer processed foods and more fruits and vegetables. Eat smaller meals throughout the day and avoid eating within 2 to 3 hours of going to sleep. Eat plenty of almonds, walnuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and pistachios. Drink plenty of water daily and avoid drinking sodas or juices with added sugars. These simple suggestions should help you get on your way to feeling healthier. Some issues with Kundalini awakening are rooted in the individual's ability to focus. You can easily correct these issues by focusing your energy when you meditate on your heart, belly, and gut. Performing this meditation for several minutes daily can help with a lack of focus and balance, strengthen the inner body chakras, and allow the Kundalini awakening to progress. In terms of spiritual development, some individuals can see auras and people's spiritual bodies due to their Kundalini energy. There is no scientific evidence that suggests that people in higher states of spiritual development, including being awakened, can see auras more easily and with more precision than somebody who is not awakened per se. Actually, if you read or followed along with me in the book I read, The Human Aura, it dove into the aura in a way that no other book ever has, on a deeply spiritual level, on a level that helps you understand your connection with source and your aura. And it said that actually very few people can truly read auras because they're always more than one color or muddied. They constantly change. And if somebody's reading an aura for you when you're in a place that you normally are not, mentally and emotionally, that could be very damaging to a person. And that's totally understandable. And it's also unfortunate because people that do those kinds of things are normally doing them because they want to help others, but they themselves also have to have a clear aura and clear and aligned chakras and not be attached to their ego as much as, say, a person who does not read auras or cleanse them and that sort of thing. That made a lot of sense to me. Okay. Awakening can be difficult because you will be forced to confront and change your flaws. These self-based reality checks cause some people to stumble in their awakening process. Remember, you are always being guided and directed on your life path. If you stumble or fall, get up and try again. Do not give up. Remember, you are healing your soul's wounds and your physical body, and that your body was made for this, and your soul. Physical discomforts and emotional issues can cause you to stumble in your Kundalini awakening process. Every action reacts, and you are also healing many physical, mental, and emotional wounds by going through this healing. Healing from these wounds is necessary for your Kundalini awakening to proceed. I was reading a wrong spot. Awakening to proceed. Okay. If your friends and family dismiss your Kundalini awakening efforts, don't get too down on yourself just yet. You can always try again with different tactics the next time, or you can use the information to create your own supportive community. Some environments are incompatible with one's quest for enlightenment. If it feels unsafe to meditate or practice yoga in a particular location, find another until you're strong enough to combat that vibe. Awakening possibilities and risks. Some risks are associated with Kundalini awakening, especially going for more than you can handle. The main reason people experience problems is that the Kundalini energy is awakened too quickly, and the person is not prepared to handle that energy. It's not unusual for Kundalini energy to be awakened with the force of a tidal wave. Some people may experience severe physical reactions, even to the point of hospitalization due to pain, vomiting, etc. This is why it's important not to awaken your Kundalini energy too quickly or without first being grounded and properly preparing yourself energetically. Some also have vivid dreams at night, visions during the day, and experience strong sexual feelings during the awakening process. Others see colors around themselves, experience sudden changes in emotions or sensations, or feel their bodies quivering with a sense of life that is new to them. All of these symptoms are common and are not life-threatening or damaging in and of themselves. A great deal of spiritual practice is needed to safely and properly awaken the Kundalini energy. By keeping yourself grounded and balanced, your Kundalini energy will flow smoothly and safely for you. Kundalini awakening enhances your spiritual development because it causes you to expand your consciousness to an increasingly higher and more subtle state of existence. The danger of spiritual overexertion is very real. After weeks and months of focusing too much energy on one chakra, you may burn out and feel like you should take a break. Rather than ignoring the need for rest, it is more important to try to rest and relax for a few days so that you don't damage your psyche or even harm your body. The best strategy is to take things as they come rather than attempting to do too much at once. Many people feel anger and resentment when they go through spiritual awakenings. This anger is usually directed at them for doubting their abilities or for not being able to let go of old habits or thought patterns. Shadow work focuses on releasing this anger and helping you see your truth in healthier ways so that you can work with it instead of against it. It is common to experience certain physical changes during Kundalini awakening. For example, you may find your thyroid functioning differently or begin to experience bouts of anxiety, energy surges, and unexpected headaches. All these things can occur if you work too hard or push yourself too hard through the awakening process. You must perform Kundalini meditations for about 20 to 30 minutes a day rather than trying to meditate for longer hours. There is an equal risk for those who attempt to do too much and too quickly, as forced and accelerated Kundalini damages the system and creates additional states of dis-ease in the chakras. Therefore, do not try to force the process. Taking it easy and working with the natural flow of energy is better. If you're doing too much and too quickly, your body will most likely be unable to keep up with the speed that your mind can handle. Yoga and other body-based practices can help you balance your practice. You may feel spiritually high and less grounded in your earthen body as your Kundalini awakens. Many people feel disconnected from their bodies and find it easy to become obsessed or attached to their spiritual growth. It's important not to lose touch with your physical body as you grow spiritually, and to experience the joy and lightness you feel in your soul. When this happens, take a deep breath. Imagine a cord falling from your navel to the earth and ground yourself. Another good visualization is to think of a root sort of going down the center of your body and embedded down into the earth. And you can always send anything negative that doesn't serve you down into the earth and basically send it back up cleansed for regeneration. I always like that visualization of the root going down the center of my body, like the root of a tree, all the way down and right into the earth, and then the new energy or the cleansed energy circulating back up. That's one that works well for me. Part of being in a state of heightened consciousness is waking up at odd hours or sleeping due to insomnia. If you have a passion for spirituality, you are already very sensitive and have probably experienced a pattern of getting little sleep and little rest. This lifestyle can be difficult to change if you identify strongly with your passions. Take time daily to meditate and do yoga to help your body rest and release stress, anxiety, and toxins. Many people will experience jerkiness and muscle spasms during the actual Kundalini awakening process. The muscles around your spine, neck, arms, and legs may twitch when you first experience higher vibrations. This is a natural part of being awakened. As your body adjusts to the energy flow, these spasms will cause less discomfort and irritation. Take deep breaths and try to relax. These are natural growing pains associated with awakening. When you confront your flaws and realize you can only go up, you may feel lost and question everything you thought was true, real, and good. Keep an eye on anyone you know attempting to awaken their Kundalini. When you awaken, you may not realize everything that needs to change. People may struggle to adjust to the new worldview. People who hold traditional religious views may also struggle to come to terms with Kundalini awakening because this forces them to abandon their old beliefs for something new. Not everyone is receptive to spiritual awakening. Some may fear or reject it. They will either attempt to keep you from exploring spiritually or risk making you uncomfortable by trying to control the spiritual growth process. Although it may be difficult to hear negative comments and come from a place of love and compassion, you must practice tolerance and respect through all ups and downs of your spiritual journey. When your Kundalini awakens, anyone who has experienced trauma will be guided to work through those wounds and scars, which can mean a lot of intimidating work. However, if you can deal with the pain and work with your wounded self rather than around it, and if you believe in your ability to heal, the pain eventually dissipates. You may feel alone and isolated during the spiritual awakening process because you don't identify with your physical reality, and you may feel alienated from others who may see you as different or inferior to them. You may experience spiritual and physical attacks from people afraid of the changes you see in yourself. They may lash out at you or even pressure you to return to your old behaviors or beliefs. If your Kundalini rises, you may be drawn to ayahuasca ceremonies or excessive marijuana use. Be aware that these sessions are not without repercussions. Ayahuasca ceremonies can lead you to disconnect from reality. Marijuana alters your mental state and your ability to concentrate or see things as they really are. It can also affect your decision-making ability because marijuana harms your brain's frontal lobe. Being highly charged and having extremely heightened energy stimulates the mind, emotions, and physical body. When you meditate and center yourself, you are using your energy effectively rather than wasting it. However, keep things in check on the inside by using drugs as little or none as possible during your awakening. I did read, because there's so much debate about using substances, ayahuasca, marijuana, shrooms. things like that, things that people consider to be natural. So if it's natural and it's from the earth, it must be used for a certain purpose, and this is one of them. Otherwise, it wouldn't do that. But I did read in a book that I read called Earth's Birth Changes, and it was a book that was channeled by somebody very gifted, and they channeled the Ascended Master Saint Germain. And they touched on substance use to experience enlightened states and spiritual experiences and awakening the Kundalini and with meditation. And they said that it might feel like you are taking leaps and bounds forward in your journey, but really you're setting yourself back and you're placing holes in your auric field that you then have to fix. And because we don't know what those auric field holes might be, if we're not a professional, we may not know what needs fixing. We just set ourselves back, and it may not be apparent right away, and it may not be apparent even within a year, but at some point you do face that. So if your body, in my opinion, if your body was made to do these things with putting in your own effort, if you have to do that to get to those states, I look at it as a person using steroids in order to get bigger muscles. It's not real. It's not all you that did it. And there will be repercussions for you to face. Everyone has to learn on their own. Everyone has their own journey and their lessons. And so I don't place any judgment on it. I just would never do it myself. And I would never follow somebody, whether it's on YouTube or anything like that, that is pushing or recommending or praising it. There was one YouTuber that I was following on here, and I really enjoyed her videos. And then she got into talking about going to ayahuasca ceremonies. And then she started holding retreats and inviting her viewers to do the same. And then coming on and talking about all of these amazing, enlightening experiences that she had. And I just couldn't go with it anymore because I felt like there was something added to it that shouldn't have been there. We are made to do these things. We have just forgotten. And doing it by putting something in your body to force it or help it along, you simply don't need it. It just that it might happen easier for others, and it may take more time for others. It depends on where you are in your spiritual journey. It depends on your past traumas. It depends on how ingrained beliefs are in you and how willing you are to let them go. There's so many different aspects to each of our journeys, and there's no right or wrong place for you to be. Not at all. Wherever you are is where you're meant to be. And if you want to move forward, it is up to you and you alone to do it. And when somebody wants to do something bad enough or make something happen bad enough, in my experience, if it's humanly possible, they will make it happen. But do it the right way. Do it the way that our Creator gave to us. It is a gift. And to do it on your own is so gratifying and beautiful because you have done it yourself. And there's nothing like it in the world. So if you're leaning towards that or feel tempted, I ask you to step back and really think about it. Not getting other people's opinions or anything like that. Stop and ask yourself, is this something that's good for me? Will this benefit me in the long run? Will this be good for me? Anyways, I just feel really passionately about that subject for some reason. I'm not sure why. All right, so we are actually done with the chapter. And in the next chapter, we're going to talk about Kundalini disorders. And that will entail ego versus awakening, post-awakening effects, patience is a must, and the midst and purpose of Kundalini awakening. We only have 3 more chapters. Avoid power and control issues and those types of things. So that will be chapter 7. All right. So we will put a pin in it for right now. And as always, thank you so very much for joining me. I love you all very much. Please take care of yourself. Please take care of those around you. I will see you all again very soon for chapter 7. Stay grateful, stay blessed, giving yourself grace, giving others grace. And I will see you all again very soon. Take care until then. Bye-bye.